This here is from Variety from September 7th, and it's called Aquaman with a Harpoon Hand and Mourning His Dead Son. Jeff Nichols' pitch to Warner Bros. Wasn't feasible and would have made hundreds of dollars. Okay, what are we talking about here? Why? Like I just said, the article's brand new. This is something Variety would cover? Right now? This seems like something maybe a comic book site that does deep dives every week and throwbacks would do, but I don't see why Variety would cover it. Unless some movie's coming up and some publication is actually a fan of Little Miss Mera. But that's my silly opinion. I can't prove that. I don't read Variety a lot, but I've read enough of Variety to know they're not comic book news, they're not comic book theory. They don't always care so much about the exact plots of the storylines. Here and there, they'll do a spread of stars who are in movies. They'll get into it, but this just seems like a real random article. They talk about a Sony email hack from 2014. They talk about how Jeff Nichols was to helm Aquaman, a movie starring Jason Momoa, which we know happened. Obviously, that came out starring Jason Momoa. They then go on to say his involvement didn't go beyond talks. So basically, he was a guy who Warner Bros. Talked to about Aquaman who had this plot point that he didn't think was going to work, but we're talking about nothing because he never worked in the actual movie. They mentioned he was on a podcast and he thought Aquaman would never break $1 billion. All right. Thank you, Variety. So just recently, as of this month and a little bit in August, we're seeing all this very fluffy Aquaman news coming out. But none of it from these publications is the buzz about how it's not going to do so good. Some of them are crunching numbers, some of them are trying to keep it real, but they're not talking about the mood in the air, about who's in it, why it's not going to do good. They're getting technical on those points. Well, the other ones flopped, people are losing interest in superheroes, roundabout things like that. They say he moved on when his talks didn't go anywhere. That's very obvious, as most people in life do. When they can't seal a deal, they move on and do something else. But thank you, Variety, for the great reporting. He talks about originality in story writing and that kind of thing. But I think, and I can't prove this, just my silly opinion, the reason these fluff articles are coming out is because Variety, publications like them, actually are trying to help and shill a little bit for Aquaman 2 indirectly. There's just no other reason to put these out there right now. It could at least be something newer. Nichols says it's amazing to work on something for so long. You mean like Pirates? And then get canceled from it for no reason? Yeah, I agree. I mean, this stuff here is grade A fluff. Nichols said going back to develop some kind of IP doesn't interest him anymore. The only power you have as a filmmaker is your ability to sense those things and step back from it, and hopefully the universe is watching out for you. Whatever that means. So the pitch he had, getting back to this title here, that failed was Aquaman's dead son would be in the movie as a memory or something like that, and it was too dark. Maybe Variety's turning over a new leaf, and now they're going to be more geeky and nerdy and get into these things about characters and what happened and what didn't and why it didn't happen. Or if it did happen, how that would be good or bad. Nah, I tend not to think so. What they want is Warner Bros. To see, oh, Variety's writing a good article about Aquaman before the movie comes out. So they're on our good side. But again, I can't prove that. You let me know what you think down below. News is kind of slow, so I'm just kind of covering stuff at random. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.